Right, hello everybody, how is it going? I hope that you are all doing well, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I am going to be looking at this. The brand new, as of last year, Hornby Coronation Class. Now, I am very well aware that I reviewed this in January, and the reason I'm looking at it again is because I watched that video back about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just thought to myself, what am I doing? It really wasn't that good. So I thought I'd revisit it and make it up to a better level, I hope, anyway. And hopefully this will be all one video. I won't be doing it in 2 parts. I won't be review then running. Hopefully this should all be in one video, which is brilliant. So, on the side of the box, oh, hold on, that's a bit close. Let me just lift the camera up. There we go. So the code is R3682, BR Princess Coronation Class, Duchess of Gloucester, number 46225, and it is DCC ready. Turn on to the back. I'll put the camera down. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, here you can see Princess Coronation Class. It was classified as an 8P, which is pretty powerful, and there is some information here. Now, I don't know if you can read that, but feel free to pause the video and read it if you like. But in the description there will be a bit more detail on the history of them. So feel free to read that as well. And here we have some drawings, and you can see these were drawn in 2016. So the tooling for this is pretty new. 2016, that's fairly new tooling, even though these came out last year. So let's open the box, and as you can see, she is in BR Express Passenger Blue. But before we get her out, we'll just have a look at the instructions. So here you can see Princess Coronation Class 462 steam locomotive and tender, DCC ready, fitted, sound, operating and maintenance guide. So she's got general here, routine maintenance, running hints. And then if you open it up, you've got lubrication up the top here, and you've got accessories and DCC fitting and body removal and all that good stuff. And on the back we have a bit about the brake rods. Anyway, so we're going to take the block of ice packaging out of this, and this is what I love about Hornby's packaging, is it's very sturdy. There's so much packaging, and it just gives you reassurance that your model will be okay in Hornby's packaging. Anyway, slide the clear sleeve off, and we're going to take a look at this, which is the detail pack. So here we have, not 100% sure what that is, but we got some spare wheels for the front, I presume, or actually no, that might be underneath the cab. There we got the great brake rods, we got some vacuum pipes, we got some pockets for what I presume are NEM couplings. Yeah, they're spare NEM couplings or spare slimline couplings anyway. So that's very nice. And then finally, we'll lift this off, take the plastic sheet off, lift it out, and put that to one side. Make sure nothing else is in the shot. And as you can see, she is an absolutely stunning engine. But without further ado, let's turn the camera around and we'll have a look at her in more detail. Let's do that. So here we are up on the chair with the Coronation Class, and as you can see, she is a lovely, stunning model. With that light, it really brings out how beautiful that blue is. Now, I forgot to mention how much this cost. Now, the RRP of this is $189.99, I think Hornby were selling for it on their website, but retailers were selling it slightly cheaper. I got this for $179.99 from a model shop called Antics down in Plymouth. And even though the price is really quite expensive, it does have all the detail you would expect to see on a model of that price. The paint job is brilliant, the lining is brilliant, and all the detail is just fantastic. At the front of the train, we do have a nice range of detail, including this separately fitted handrail at the top, which has come out of its pocket, so I'll have to glue that in. We do have the number on what I think could be a separately fitted plate, but then again it could just be moulded detail. We do have a separately fitted smoke box dart, and we have the shade code 5A. Moving down here we do have some other separately fitted parts. We've got some lamp irons here, and also there is plenty of riveting all around this whole area. You can see at the top we do have the double chimney, which is very nice, and down here we do have sprung buffers, which is very nice. Moving along the side of the engine, we do have this separately fitted handrail which goes the whole length of the boiler, and we have this separately fitted and etched nameplate of Duchess of Gloucester, which is a very nice touch. Along the running board we do have these separately painted parts as well, which really brings out a nice bit of detail. And on the smoke deflectors we've got some lovely riveting as well, all around the boiler here as well. Lovely lining along the side, can't see any faults. Same down here as well, and again, like I said before, the blue is a really lovely colour, and it just brings out the beautifulness of the whole engine. Coming round to the cab, we can see that the handrail continues on and finishes, and we also have plenty of riveting on the cab roof. We have glazed windows, which is also a very nice touch, and here you can see the number 46225, and above it, which I'm quite confused about, says 7p, whereas on the box it said 8p, so I'm a bit confused about that. I do, however, have a lot of riveting, which is very nice, and we have this separately painted and separately fitted part down here. Moving on to the roof of the cab, we do have a whistle and safety valves, all separately painted into a nice gold colour. Not sure if they're metal or just plastic, I'll have to find that out, but we do have moving panels on the roof to open and close the top of the roof, which is also very nice. Continuing with the cab, you can see we do have some really nice painted detail inside there, and this is one of the better cabs I have seen, and I feel with a model of this price it always is expected, but a lovely painted and detailed cab always adds to the character of the model. And also down here we have a separately fitted handrail and separately fitted cab doors. On the inside of the tender, we can see there are some other printed detail in there, which also adds a nice bit of detail, and you can also see there is plenty of riveting down the bottom as well. Moving along to the tender, you can see we have the lovely British Railways early logo, which I much prefer to the late logo, and again with the retina model, some really nice lining around here as well. And inside the tender is where the DCC chip goes, and this also does have tender pickups, which really adds to the reliability. And again, with a model of this price you would expect tender pickups. As you can see, if I just move the train backwards, you can see wires going between the cab and the tender, which is to take the power from the decoder to power the motor in the engine, and also tender pickups. Along the bottom of the tender we do also have some detail down there. Not a huge amount, but still it's nice to see nonetheless. On the top, the coal load isn't the most realistic I've ever seen, but to be honest it's not the worst I've ever seen, and it's a fairly decent representation of a fully loaded tender of an express engine ready to do a big journey. And finally, moving round to the back of the tender, we do have a separately fitted ladder and some LMS plates as well, with some vacuum pipes and again sprung buffers and the slimline cut plates. So as you can see, she is a really stunning engine, plenty of detail which you would expect from the price. So let's go down to the railway and see how she performs. Right, so here we are down at the railway, and you can just see in shot is the Coronation Class, and the first test we're going to do is a mixture of slow speed test and how well she performs over the points. And to do that test we need to see if she cuts out on any of the points. Now this is going to be a bit difficult because I've had this model for a few years, so it's not out of the box fresh. It has been run a lot, so it's not going to be a sort of comparison between out of the box and then when the train's been run in. But we're just going to see how slow she goes. Just add a bit, try and edge it down. No. It seems that is as slow as she will go. Which is quite nice actually, so we'll just speed it up a bit so we can go over the points. Very nice. She's very, very, very smooth. Really nice. We'll stop there. Send her backwards and see how she is like that. And then we'll switch the points and see how she can manoeuvre over the points. So just as we come back, again you can see how smooth she is. Now we'll just stand up. Switch the points. And let's see how she can manoeuvre over them. Very nice so far. No derailments. She does catch the gate there with her front buffer, but that's not much to be worried about. And then we'll try it backwards. Then once we've finished, we'll hook her up with some coaches, which I've got some lovely BR maroon coaches. Now the only thing is, normally I now run engines with a separate engine relative to it. Problem is I don't have really any engines that link to this. It's an ex-LMS BR engine. So that continues that test, and we'll just get her hooked up to the coaches. So here she comes round the bend, and here you can see we do have these coaches. So we're going to see how she couples up. And she coupled up perfectly. That was brilliant. Oh, hold on. Bit blurry that. There we go, that's sort of better. This isn't the best area to do filming at the moment. Oh, that's still backwards. So we've seen that she couples up quite nicely, but one thing I do want to show is this does have tender pickups, as if I lift this engine up, even though the tender's still on it and this is up, you will see the wheels move. So I'll put the camera into a different location and just show that. So I've just put the camera in a different location, and you'll see if I lift this up and put some power, the wheels will start moving. Just got to make sure some of the wheels on the tender are on the track. If I just lift it up, you can see that the wheels do move because of the tender pickups on the engine. And tender pickups are fantastic on trains because it just adds that little bit more of reliability when running the train. But I'll switch the camera back around, get her running, and then we'll do some alternative angles with some music. Right, so we are just going to get her moving. We'll get her going at about just over half speed, which is a speed I do like to run her at, which I'll just get it up to now. Hold on a moment. There we go. Right, and then we'll do some alternative angles with some music. Hope you enjoyed watching those alternative angles with some music, and apologies for the camera, it just does not want to play ball at the moment. It just keeps focusing. Trying my best to make it clear, but I can't do what I can't do. So We're going to get her up to full speed so I can just show you how fast she is. And as you can see, quite a big of difference between just over half speed to full speed. But I'm going to slow her down a bit now, back to what she was originally at, which is that. And I'm now going to conclude the video and show you my ratings. So here are my ratings for the Hornby Coronation Class. The detail, mechanism and performance have all got 5 stars. The detail is fantastic, the mechanism is brilliant, it's a 5-pole motor and it performs really well. The only thing I think letting it down is the price. Now I bought it for £10 cheaper than the actual RRP. The RRP is £189.99, which I think is a bit expensive. But anyway, there are my ratings and we'll finish off the video. So I do really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care everybody. Bye.